Hello everyone, my name is Pavle. I'm a game designer based in Belgrade, Serbia, and I'm mainly working as a solo game developer under the name Prune Games. Right now I'm working on Mind VR, an adventure game in VR designed to be playable by the blind and visually impaired people. Mind VR, in more detail, is a narrative-driven adventure game in VR, which lacks a visual component and completely relies on audible and haptic feedback to guide the player in the role of a protagonist through an interactive story driven by exploration and puzzle solving. VR is the new frontier of interactive experience, mainly due to enhanced perception of virtual visual environment. But I became curious to explore what could be accomplished if we remove the biggest asset of the technology and use that constraint as fuel for driving creativity and innovation. Huge component of this game and the driving force behind it is the story. This is why I'm very thankful to be part of this mentorship scheme and to have worked with wonderful Olivia Wood on developing it further. The story behind Mind VR is a hard sci-fi story which follows Alex, a young science intern who loses sight in a laboratory accident, but despite the tragic loss, discovers a newly gained ability, almost like a new kinesthetic sense, to perceive the environment without the aid of vision and describe things that seemingly weren't there before the tragic event. Main themes in this story are perception, but also deception as well. I was interested to explore how we humans gather information from our environment using, so to say, limited biological sensors which are at our disposal, and how we make sense and give deeper meaning to those sensor readings. But I also wanted to explore how this process can be obstructed, the data mangled with what motivation and for what purpose by external forces, but internal ones as well. While writing this story, I have been influenced and inspired by different types of media, from literature to music and movies. Some specific influences that I can pinpoint range from stories and motifs found in Greek mythology, stories about kings and dynasties from Serbian history, and going all the way to stories about reluctant heroes in Hollywood movies and circumstances which caused them to become one. I've also been influenced by creative processes of certain writers who build entire universes and backstories, which readers are oblivious to, that give authenticity and honesty to the portrayal of their characters. So I'm working hard to fuse all these influences into one coherent whole and will hopefully soon have it ready for everyone to experience firsthand. Thank you all very much for listening.